My name is Ethan Miller, and I'm 26 years old. I live in Bozeman, Montana, a quiet place where winter feels less like a season and more like a personality. Snow comes early, stays late, and teaches you patience whether you want to learn it or not. I work remotely as a UX designer. It's steady work, clean, predictable. My life, honestly, has always been that way. Controlled, quiet, safe. People think that means I'm boring. Maybe they're right. I've never been great at opening up. Emotions feel messy, unpredictable. I learned early that keeping things inside was easier than dealing with disappointment, so I built routines instead of relationships, deadlines instead of dreams. My best friend Ryan Carter is the opposite. Ryan is loud, confident, always chasing the next experience. He works in real estate, talks fast, laughs louder, and somehow turns every ordinary moment into a story. Up together, but somewhere along the way, our paths split emotionally even if we stayed close. One thing that never changed was his mom, Claire Carter. I'd known Claire since high school. She wasn't the stereotypical friend's mom. She didn't hover, didn't pry. She carried herself with a calm strength, like someone who had lived enough life to stop explaining herself. Claire was 45, divorced, an interior consultant, who traveled often. She had silver starting to show in her dark hair, sharp eyes that missed nothing, a quiet warmth that made people slow down around her without realizing it. To me, she was always just Claire. Respectful distance, clear boundaries, or at least, that's how it was until the weekend everything changed. Ryan invited me on a winter drive to Big Sky. Just a short getaway, he said. Clear our heads. Fresh air. I almost said no. But something about the idea of mountains and silence pulled at me. So I agreed. Ryan drove. Claire joined last minute, saying she needed a break from emails and renovation deadlines. It didn't feel strange at the time. We'd done family trips before. The first day went smoothly. Snow-covered roads, quiet laughter, a rented cabin tucked into pine trees. That night, the weather shifted. By morning, the storm rolled in fast heavy. Snow, brutal wind, zero visibility warnings. Ryan got a call from a client and insisted on driving into town to handle it. I'll be back before dark, said confidently. Claire and I stayed behind. Hours passed. The storm worsened. Then Ryan called again. I'm stuck, he admitted. Road closure. They're sending plows, but it'll be ours. You guys okay? We were. For now, but by evening, the cabin's power cut out. No signal, no heat, just wind screaming through the trees like something alive. Claire didn't panic. She never did. We need supplies, she said calmly. There's a maintenance lodge about half a mile downhill. The storm was bad, but waiting felt worse. So we layered up and stepped outside. The cold hit immediately sharp, biting, unforgiving. Snow swallowed the trail faster than we could mark it. Wind erased our footprints within seconds. Visibility dropped to nothing. But white in shadow, we moved slowly, staying close, too close. At some point, I realized we were no longer talking, not because there was nothing to say, but because every word cost energy. Then Claire stopped. Ethan, she said quietly, we're lost. I checked my phone. Dead-ah, not twisted in my stomach. I'm sorry, I said. I should have paid more attention. She shook her head. Blame won't keep us warm. Her calm steadied me. We searched for shelter, scanning. The blur of snow and trees, till finally, like something pulled from a memory, we found an old ranger hut, half buried, barely standing. Inside was dark, cold, but dry. It was enough. We managed to light a small stove using leftover kindling. The fire crackled weakly, but it was warmth. Claire sat on a wooden bench, rubbing her hands, breath shallow. That's when I noticed her shaking. Here, I said, pulling off my jacket. You need this more than I do. She hesitated, then accepted. Thank you, she said softly. We wrapped ourselves in blankets we found stacked in a corner. Shared warmth, shared silence. The storm raged outside. Inside, something else began to surface. "I don't usually let people see me like this," Claire said suddenly. I looked at her. "See you how?" "Tired," she replied. Uncertain, human words settled heavy between us. "I spent years being strong," she continued. "For Ryan, for everyone. Somewhere along the way, I forgot what it felt like to lean." I swallowed. "I don't lean either," I admitted. "I avoid. Build walls. Pretend it's independence." She smiled faintly. Funny how storms strip those things away. The fire flickered. Her face softened in the light. And for the first time, I didn't see my best friend's mother. I saw a woman who had been holding herself together for too long. The cold forced us closer, not out of desire, out of survival, but somewhere between shared breaths and quiet confessions. The closeness changed. Her head rested against my shoulder, my arm wrapped around her. Instinctively, neither of us moved away. "I feel safe," she whispered. The words hit me harder than the storm ever could. "So do I replied. That was the truth. The kiss didn't come suddenly. It grew from stillness, from warmth, from vulnerability. Her lips brushed mine, hesitant, unsure. Then steady. It wasn't reckless. It wasn't planned. It was two people recognizing something real in the middle. Of uncertainty, we pulled apart slowly, eyes locked. No apologies. No explanations. Just understanding. We stayed like that through the night, holding, breathing, existing. The storm eventually quieted. Morning light filtered through frost-covered windows, and reality returned with it. A rescue crew arrived shortly after sunrise. Ryan ran to us, frantic, relieved, unaware of everything that had happened. In the quiet hours he wasn't there, Claire stepped away, firstcomposed.com, protective. The moment folded itself back into silence. Back in Bozeman. Life resumed. But I wasn't the same. Neither was she. Weeks passed without words between us. Then one evening, a package appeared at my door. Inside was a folded scarf and a note. Some moments don't need names. They just need honesty. I held the scarf and smiled. Not because I expected more, but because what we shared mattered. And sometimes, that's enough.